Hey guys, before we get into the video, I just want to say that I just released a new short film called Orphan Yuri. If you guys could click the link and watch it, share it around, like it, give me some feedback, that'd be very much appreciated. Because, I mean, with everybody involved, we worked really hard on it, and I just want more people to see it. So, yeah, if you give that a look, that'd be very much appreciated. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. You guys better appreciate the fact that I got all dressed up for you. I mean, I pretty much spoiled it, but yeah, I'm working on a Jon Snow season 1 to 5 cosplay? Yeah, that's when it's in the Night's Watch, right? So for the past year, I finally got around to listening to the audiobooks in the Song of Ice and Fire series, aka Game of Thrones, aka that TV show that everybody loved until the final 2 seasons where they started to realize that the show's quality got really bad and then it ended and it sucked and nobody really talks about it anymore. But since 2021 marks the 10-year anniversary of when Game of Thrones started to air, I thought why not go back and do a whole series based on my love for Game of Thrones, the books, the show, and so today we are going to be talking about my favourite chapter in A Song of Ice and Fire. So without further ado, let's get into it. So my favourite chapter in the Song of Ice and Fire series comes in A Dance with Dragons, the last book in this series, and my favourite chapter is Jon Snow's last chapter. And for all you show watchers, it's this scene right here.
For the watch.
Yes, it might seem like a bit of an obvious pick, but I mean, it's my favourite chapter. The way George R.R. Martin writes it, it's just so well done. First of all, it starts with Jon and Tormund planning their exhibition to Hardhome, where they're finally going to advance the White Walker / the Others plot. In the books, they're known as the Others. In the show, they call them White Walkers, just to make it easier. And that's a major difference between the books and the show, that being that the books don't really reference the others that much. They appear in certain scenes, but compared to the show, especially at this point in the story, the others are barely in the books. Which, I won't lie, does have me slightly concerned for the other books like Winds of Winter and A Dream of Spring, if George R.R. Martin ever decides to finish those books. Because, I mean, there just isn't that much done with the White Walkers in the books. I mean, I don't know how he's going to wrap all that up in 2 massive books. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's a whole story for another time, but anyways. Jon and Tormund are planning this big exhibition to go to Hardhome when suddenly a letter arrives. A pink letter with a pink seal. We find out the pink letter is from Ramsay Bolton. Now, I don't really want to open the can of worms that is who wrote the pink letter because, I mean, there are just so many fan theories about who actually wrote the letter because supposedly the letter wasn't written by Ramsay, it might have been written by Mance or Theon or Stannis, and it's like, okay, hold the brakes. Now, in the show, there is a variation of the pink letter, which is when Ramsay sends Jon the note at Castle Black in season 6. It's not as good as the book one, but I do really enjoy it because, I mean, it's just so dramatic. Like, come bastard, come and see. But the thing I love most about the pink letter is that the pink letter ends Jon's arc in A Dance with Dragons, because throughout the whole book, Jon's whole arc has been Stannis has been pushing Jon to desert the Night's Watch, join his forces, and Stannis would make him Lord of Winterfell if they took Winterfell and won. And the whole time, Jon's like, no, I'm a man of the Night's Watch. I am Lord Commander. I cannot desert my post. And because George R.R. Martin is such a genius, he wrapped up Jon's arc so neatly and so beautifully, and I love it. So after Jon and Tormund have finished reading the pink letter, Jon gathers everybody in the Shield Hall, Night's Watch members of Stannis' guard, Melisandre, and Jon's like, I ride south. I'm breaking my oath. If any of you guys who were part of the Night's Watch want to come with me and take back Winterfell, feel free to. But other than that, I ask no one to join. I am doing this on my own volition. And it's like, oh my god, the Honourable Jon Snow is breaking his vows. But not only that, you have the members of the Night's Watch that are loyal to Jon, just like, ugh, and then you get the wildlings going, yeah, and they're all just like, let's go freaking kill Ramsay Bolton. And it's like, oh god, this is sick. But what I love most about it is that it brings together the central theme of A Song of Ice and Fire, that being love is the death of duty. Because Jon Snow's love for Arya Stark, even though at this moment in time he doesn't know that the Arya Stark Ramsay's talking about in the pink letter isn't actually Arya Stark but Jean Paul, who is Sansa's friend that we see in the first Game of Thrones book. Because Jon's love for Arya, who is his favourite sibling, is so great he decides to throw away all of his principles and ride to her aid. I mean, not only that, but the way the pink letter is written, Ramsay is basically asking Jon to come and fight him. But yeah, there's commotion in the Shield Hall, and then all of a sudden there's a banging outside. The yard is all crazy, woman's going, ah, and Jon's like, ah, no, calm down, man, we need to calm him down. And then out of nowhere, Jon's like, no blades, and then Bowen Marsh just slices him across the neck. For the watch! God, the way Roy Dotrice reads it, it's so great. Another brother tries to stab him, but Jon manages to, grab his arm and then twist it behind his back. But then another brother, stabs him in the ribs and then stabs him in the back, and they're all like, for the watch! The fast-paced nature of the scene is so effective because the way it's done in the show is completely different. It's more, grand and slower and more emotional, and, they're really playing into, the audience's feelings for Jon. They start playing Goodbye Brother. It's a really drawn out scene, but in the book it's just fast and brutal and you barely have time to comprehend it. Jon Snow is dead. As you read / listen to him just laying in the snow bleeding out, you're just like, oh shit. Jon Snow is dead. The main character of A Song of Ice and Fire is dead. I will say I do prefer Jon Snow's last words being Ghost, because in the show, changing it to Ollie, whilst it's emotionally impactful, it sort of just devalues the emotional impact and the bond between Jon and Ghost, because in the books, Jon is a warg. Like, all the Stark kids are wargs, and the show's just like, nah, wolves are too expensive. Instead, we'll just change it to Ollie. Now, don't take this as me dunking on the show's version, because I actually really like the show's version as well. I mean, in many ways, they're kind of incomparable. Like, this one is so much more rapid and intense, whilst the show one is more slow and grander and epic, and it's like, I can't really compare the two. Like, I like them both, but for different reasons. And it's funny because in many ways, they sort of have the same sort of feel to them, where in the show, they sort of go, oh my god, Uncle Benjen is found beyond the wall. Jon, come over, we're gonna go on this grand new adventure. Oh, nope, traitor. For the watch. And that's kind of what happens in the book. It's like, oh, Jon, we're going to Hardhome to stop the others. Oh wait, no, hold on, here's the pink letter. Oh crap, I'm gonna have to desert the Night's Watch out of nowhere for the watch. But yeah, that's just one of my favourite moments in the book, in the show. Jon Snow's death is so great, and it's kind of frustrating because, I mean, like, George, finish the damn books. I want to see Jon Snow's resurrection. I want to know what he does with a Jon Snow coming back to life. Because, I mean, whatever he does with Jon's character moving forward is going to be so much better than, I don't want it, I never have, she is my queen. I never wanted a crown. Also, after having listened to the chapter, I started going onto YouTube and looking at fan theories about Jon Snow's resurrection, and just, it sounds 1,000 times cooler than what they did in the show. Like, Jon's also gonna, like, warg into Ghost, and that's how, like, he's, like, technically alive. And then Melisandre's gonna find him and then, like, get his soul and put it back into his body, but to do so, she has to burn Shireen alive. And by burning Shireen alive, that's gonna cause Jon to change mentally, because his resurrection resulted in the death of a child. Jon Snow might be seen as, like, a deity. His hair might turn white to reveal his true Targaryen colors. Like, it sounds so much cooler than what they do in Season 6. Like, I like it in Season 6, but I mean, just from the theories and the way it's sort of been set up, it just sounds really cool. George, I'm begging you, please finish The Winds of Winter and A Dream of Spring. I need the real ending. But yeah, that is my favourite chapter in A Song of Ice and Fire so far. I mean, to me, it's the best one. But stick around on the channel, I've got more Game of Thrones content coming. Since this is the anniversary of the show, I want to talk about some of my favourite episodes season by season, why the later seasons don't work and all that stuff. But yeah, stick around, more Game of Thrones content is coming. But anyways, if you guys read the A Song of Ice and Fire books, have you watched the show? Let me know in the comments down below. What's your favourite chapter? Do you agree with me? Do you think Jon's last chapter in A Dance with Dragons is the best one? Like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Hit the notification bell down there. My social media links are down in the description, so give those a look and a follow. And until we meet again, I'll see you guys next time.